Something just happened between Canada and China that nobody saw coming, and it might change everything about North American politics forever. For the first time in modern history, America's closest neighbor just made a move that has Washington in full panic mode. We're talking about emergency meetings at the Pentagon, furious calls going unanswered, and lawmakers using phrases like, "We've lost the northern flank." This isn't just another trade dispute. This is about the collapse of an alliance that lasted over 150 years. So what exactly pushed Canada to make this shocking decision? Let's break down what's really happening. It started when Trump announced something that stunned Ottawa: a 100% tariff on Chinese imports, combined with sweeping tariffs on Canadian goods, steel, aluminum, cars, lumber. Everything Canada sells to America suddenly faced massive taxes. For a country where 75% of exports go to the United States, this wasn't just economic pressure, it was an existential threat. Canada had two choices: bend to Washington's demands or find another path. And that's when Beijing made an offer that changed the game. According to reports later leaked to Bloomberg, China proposed a deal worth over $200 billion. Long-term purchases of Canadian natural gas, uranium, and agricultural products, massive investments in infrastructure, full access to Asian markets. For Canada, drowning under U.S. tariffs, this was a lifeline. For America, it was a nightmare. Prime Minister Mark Carney made the announcement in a nationally televised address. He spoke about protecting Canadian workers and defending national sovereignty. Parliament erupted in applause. But in Washington, the reaction was pure fury. Trump took to social media within hours, accusing Canada of betrayal and promising consequences. But here's the thing. For the first time ever, Canada didn't back down. The junior partner was gone. An independent power had emerged. Canada's foreign minister then dropped a diplomatic bomb. Ottawa publicly stated it understood and supported China's countermeasures against U.S. tariffs. Think about that for a second. America's closest ally, the country that shares the longest undefended border in the world, just sided with Washington's greatest rival. The fallout was immediate and brutal. The Canadian dollar surged, Chinese markets celebrated, American stocks dipped. Major Canadian energy companies like Suncor and Barrick Gold immediately opened talks with Chinese partners. This wasn't theoretical anymore. The realignment was happening in real time. Inside Washington, senior officials told CNN they felt blindsided. One admitted, "We always thought of Canada as part of us. Now it feels like it's no longer with us." The Pentagon started using a new term in briefings: continental economic vulnerability. Senator Marco Rubio called it a betrayal of the continent. Fox News accused Carney of selling out to Beijing. But in Canada, the mood was completely different. Analysts described it as self-preservation, not treachery. As one economist put it, Canada was tired of having its economic future dictated by shifts in the White House. This isn't betrayal, it's maturity. China, meanwhile, was celebrating a massive diplomatic victory. The Global Times declared that America tried to isolate China, but ended up isolating itself. On Chinese social media, the phrase "northern partner" went viral with hundreds of millions of views. The shockwaves spread beyond trade. NATO allies in Europe started questioning Canada's reliability. Brussels reportedly discussed restricting Canada's access to classified materials, fearing information could reach Beijing. The transatlantic alliance, once rock solid, was suddenly filled with cracks. Here's what makes this so dangerous. For decades, the United States relied on Canadian oil, gas, and critical minerals to sustain American industries. If those resources start flowing to Asia instead, the balance of power across North America shifts dramatically. A confidential IMF report cited by Bloomberg warned that if Canada and China successfully link their supply chains, North America could face its most significant economic reorganization since World War II. And the irony? It was Trump's America First policy that pushed America's oldest neighbor into China's arms. His attempt to make America stronger may have just created its biggest strategic defeat in generations. Now, high-level trade talks between Canada and the United States are underway in Washington, with both sides scrambling to stabilize the relationship. But the damage may already be done. The question now isn't whether the alliance can be saved, it's whether America can afford to lose it. What do you think? Is Canada making a smart move or a dangerous gamble? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on this developing story, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This situation is far from over.